Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Craftreat, we have 3 different DIY lantern kits. They come with excellent instructions. I'm going to take you through them, show you how they get put together. There's the ornament, the snow globe, and the adorable gnome. Look at this, you guys. They're so cute, and each one of these panels just can come off. And then you can lift one off and just stick one of these little battery operated tea lights in there. This one comes on every 8 hours or something like that. So there's a timer on it. And yeah, you can just go ahead and put those in there. They're so cute, you guys. I can't wait to show you what else we have. So come play with us. All right, let's start off with the ornament shape one. This is 6.75 inches by 5.5 inches. And it's all this beautiful red color on the inside back. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to put together, and these are completely accurate. I tested them, you guys. So the first thing is you're taking all these die-cut shapes, okay, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to take out the circle part right here, and then this one has a circle, and then these parts right here. So we're taking out these outer circles. And then we're putting them together like this. There's little slots, and I'm going to show you what I've done so far. Okay, so one of these has, this main one has this sparkly paper. Okay, really cool sparkly cardstock. These are all laser cut, so they're very accurate. And then there's 2 more that come out from here. And the reason I'm not punching these out is because I don't want to destroy another kit that we can sell to you. Because these are going to go very quickly, and Paulette was like, see if you can do this with just one kit. And I was like, oh, okay. So then you're going to punch out these 2 circles from this one and this one. And they just literally slide and notch in right here at the top and then at the bottom. Okay, they have these little notches that you can see right there and right there. And they just slide and notch, lock into place. Okay, this is where we are. I've already put this part together, so we're on this step right here, where you're taking, excuse me, this bottom piece, which is right here, and then there's another one on this one, and then I'm gonna just pick it up right there and show you how to put these together. Okay, those out of the way. So what you're doing is you're dealing with these little notches that are right there, and then these little right here. And then what you're going to do is, it doesn't matter which side this is on, and you're just going to slide that into place just like that. Just like that. And then I found it was the easiest if you just went to the opposite side and slid that one in. And you just kind of have to bend it a little bit carefully. You don't want to tear anything, but you could bend this little, it's not really a circle shape, but bend that shape to just slide that right in there. All right, then it's already centered across from each other, so now it's going to stay in place. And now you just go around and you just slide these in. Okay. Let's see, here we go. This one goes in, and then this one you just bend a little bit. Okay, so they're all in place. This is all just being held together by those little notches and those little slots, okay? So here we are. You can see at the top here, I've put a little gold mirror jewel dazzle sticker just to jazz it up a little bit. And now we're gonna be dealing with these parts right here, okay? We're on this step. And you're getting 6 of these. You just punch them out. And then you've got all of these pre-cut little vellum shapes. That's what's going to be lining the inside of these little windows. Okay, so I've got all of mine right here. And here's a tip. I found that Cosmic Shimmer Glue worked beautifully with all of these, but I put it in one of the little applicator bottles, and then I just went ahead and just did a line of it around the outside edge, and then just a few dots of it on the parts that are have a little bit more solid space there. And then you're just taking one of these vellum pieces and you're just putting it right over on the back, okay? So I did all that because they need to be dry for the next step. So we did all of those at once, okay? So they're all, whoops, they're all dry, all 6 of these. And then I went ahead and I used my little jewel picker, and just somewhere, here it is. I took my little jewel picker, which made it really nice to just pick up these jewels and then just add them to the centers of these snowflakes, okay? So that was really easy. Now the next thing we're gonna do is this step right here. And before you do this step, make sure that when you are gluing them here, make sure and wait for about an hour until these are all dry, all right? And then the next thing you're gonna do is I found it was really nice just to give them a little bit of a curve. So kind of go like this, so they have a little bit of a bend, all right? Just a little bit. And then you're gonna take this bottom notch and this top notch, and you're just going to slide them in just like this. Okay, see that goes right there? And then that one goes right there. And there is no right side, wrong side. They're both the same, so there's not like you're gonna get them upside down or anything. All right, so look at that. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Yeah, it's so easy to do. I sat down with these to make them, and I was a little intimidated, and then I started looking at the instructions, and I go, oh, these look like they'd be pretty quick. And they were. The gnome one I showed you in the opening, which I'll also go over, went together very, very quickly, and it was so fun to put together. So I think these would be fantastic gifts to give to people for the holidays. You know, if you have crafty friends that are maybe wanting to learn a craft, and you could give them some Cosmic Shimmer glue, some of these little bottles, and they could be done. Like, they don't even need scissors or anything. And then they can just put these together. They'd be great for like a girls' craft night for the holidays. Can you imagine inviting all of your like friends and your family over? You each give them one of these, and you guys, these are really inexpensive. And you can sit down and they go home and they all have like this beautiful bauble. I think it's amazing. So we're really excited about these. I love a craft that people can do, and then they're just going to be successful at it. Okay, I'm going to do this one. And it just slides right in. And I think the tip about making sure that these pieces are dry before you do this really makes a big difference, because then you don't have the glue on your hands. It's not going to stain the paper with glue, smudges and stuff, and it's just going to be overall much cleaner. So just give it a little time. If you're doing these with friends, go ahead, do the gluing part first if you want. Take a little snack break, come back and assemble the whole thing, and then you'd be done. This is the point where I would take my little lantern or my little tea light, okay, and put it right in there. And as I said, that's on a timer. And then, I don't know if we can see if it's going to show up because this is like kind of a weak one. But then you would just put it in there, and then every night it would come on at the same time. So you could just seal that up in there. The other thing is it's got a little loop at the top, and you could hang ribbon on this, or you could hang like fishing line and hang it up in a doorway or something. And it would really be a special thing. Even like take two of them and stagger them, like one, you know, like one here and one here. It would make a really pretty decoration. All right, you guys, that's it. That's it. They're all put together. That's how all of them go together. So I'm going to show you the rest of these and how to put them together, and they're just going to be so easy. All right, the next one, you guys, is the snow globe. All right, which is so beautiful. And it comes with, okay, 1, 2, 3 main pieces, okay? And we're putting this one together just like the other one. You're taking this outer shape, kind of looks like a gumball machine. This one, and this one. And you're putting that in that same configuration like you did the red one, using the slots at the top and the slots right here. So you get this shape, okay? And then you're putting in the little bottom piece. Remember this one on the red one that I did? That goes there, and then you put another one at the top, and then you're building your little windows, I guess, by putting the vellum behind them. Before you get to putting the vellum behind this one, I wanted to show you something. So on this one, I did something a little different. I wanted to add a little color on these. So before gluing this in place, I just took a little scrap of a Post-it and I just trimmed a kind of a little concave shape part in it so that it would just stick right there. And then I took some teal ink and a dauber, okay, which you can buy from Paper Wishes in a pack like this. And then I just took that ink and I went around and I colored just right here. And then I took it off here and I put it right there and I colored it. Then I put it right here. So the whole point is that you're getting this, okay? It's got this really pretty teal shape in the center. It's all masked off so it looks nice and fancy and clean. Then you're gonna go ahead and glue these little vellum shapes to the back using your little fine tip applicator and then let those dry, all right? So that's where we are now. I've assembled them and I've put them all in here, okay? We just had this last one to do. I've also decorated them with the teal mirror Jewel Dazzle stickers, okay, on the center. And also I put one on the top of each, just for funsies. All right, and now we're just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right here. And I just kind of put glue on the like more solid pieces, just like that, just a couple of dots. And then we're putting glue really close to the edge, the inside edge, not the outside edge. Just like that. Gonna get that little needle back in there. And then we're just gonna take this and then you just attach it right there. Okay. And that's what you're going to come with. Now remember, we're going to let this dry for a little while, okay? Just so that the vellum isn't sliding around or anything like that. And then you're going to kind of bend it a little bit like we did before. You could stick your little tea light in there if you'd like. Remember, it's got to be battery operated. You can't put a candle in there. And then this is going to go right in there, just like we did before. Now we're going to talk about the little skirting, okay? This piece right here that goes around. So we're on this step right here. And then what I did with my little skirting, let me get rid of all my little vellum shapes here. I wanted to decorate it. So I took some teal Jewel Dazzle sticker border stickers that go with the little circles. Okay, these two. And I just put some along the top and the bottom. Now these two pieces right here have these little tabs, and they, once again, the little slide and lock system, and you're just going to put them in like this, just like that. And then you guys, we're just going to take this, and it has little score lines right here in between each, and you're just going to go like this so that it's going to give you that shape when you're done, okay? And then we're just going to wrap it around here. And then out of all the lanterns, this part was the trickiest part, because once it's wrapped around, then you're gonna like put that slide and lock in there. And I found this one was a little tricky. There we go. That's it. All right. So you're gonna have a front, and then these little slide and lock things, they go right there. So cute. This is what they look like. And then when we're finally done, a little soon to put this in. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here, just so I don't lose it. Okay, there you go. Isn't that sweet? I love it. And this one is so great, you guys, because if you gifted this to someone for Christmas, they could leave it up through January, February, beautiful snowflake, little something to cheer their winter. Love it. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the gnome one, you guys. This one is so cute. Got all the little dimension. If you wanted to make it into a card, you know, autograph the back of it, really fun. On this one, instead of using the ink pad at that point to color them, I used just some different pens, some like gold, green, yellow, a little brown for the tree trunk, and then I put the vellum behind it, and then I also added some more of those gold mirror jewel dazzle stickers right here, just from little ornaments. Of course, you wouldn't have to do that. I was just looking for some like different things to do with this. So let's go here and look at how we're going to start this one. We have the base, the gnome base right here. Okay, so you're going to push this part out, and then you've got these two. Okay, those are the little pieces that you're going to notch and put into place just like we did for the red one. Okay, same thing. It's going to look like this. But then you're also, like, before you do that, like when you just take the gnome shape, I would start with a hat like they did in their picture. Just punch out the hat. The hat is made of shimmery red cardstock. So the hat and the glove, go ahead and put those on. And you would just use the same Cosmic Shimmer glue, put on the hat, put on the little glove right here. Okay. Then you're assembling that inner part. So basically it's like holding it there in front of him. And we're going to get to here. Then you put the little bottom pieces down just like we did on the red one. There's the top one. Right there and right there. Then when we get to this point, that's before I glue the vellum on. That's when I colored in the little tree shape and added dazzle stickers. When that was done, I put the vellum behind each one of these, let them dry, and then you're just slotting them into place just like this. And then, you guys, we've got a nose for our little friendly gnome right here. Just punch that out and put it right there. And then you've got a little green sparkly Christmas sign. You punch that out, you just glue that right there. The only thing you have to provide is for the shoes, which are right here. You can either ink those with a black ink pad, color them in with a black Sharpie, or you can cover them with black cardstock, which is what I did. I just took little scraps of black cardstock, put some glue on each piece, covered it, trimmed around it, and then glued them on. That's the only thing that they don't include is the black shoes. Not sure why. When they did color for everything else, that's what they did. So yeah. And this one, you guys, so cute and so precious. So if you have somebody that you know that loves gnomes, buying them this kit as a gift or giving it to them completely constructed, such a great idea. All right, so we have a fantastic money saver on these. So you could get a great deal on all three. Make one for yourself, make some for friends, or give them the kits. That's what I'm gonna do. Hope my friend's not watching this because I'm gonna give her this one. Yeah, I'm gonna give her the kit because she would love to put it together. And then look at all of these different shapes, you guys. They're absolutely fantastic, so fun to use. So the money saver is right there on the right-hand side. If you look down below the video, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, you'll see all the dazzles and the types of glue and everything that I used on these. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, hey, it'd be great if you would subscribe. It really helps our small company. And yeah, you could just look at the link below the video in the description box, and it'll take you right over to this Paper Wishes webisode page. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.